Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. I am honored and pleased to contribute to the third Global Summit of Artificial Intelligence. I will talk about artificial intelligence as a lever for managing successful and designing successful change. I have been always a supporter of combining multiple competencies. I was an engineer of mining exploration. After that, I developed my competency about managing projects, program, and so on, and develop my soft skills. Besides this, I am a novelist. I write two novels, French novels, edited by the 7th Ciel edition in French. Now I am a lead changer and I try to use storytelling as a power engine to lead successful change. Now during this presentation, I will talk about the most important challenge facing manager, how to lead the successful change based on using artificial intelligence. More specifically, I will talk about how to combine artificial and more specific human intelligence in order to lead change to succeed. As you know, disruption technology was always been with historical of human being. We could talk about steam pump, electricity and internet, and now we are talking about IA. What is specific about all this disruption is when we are at the inception step, we could never expect how we could use them in the future. It was with the steam pump, it was with the electricity, internet, and now, of course, it is with the artificial intelligence. So the most important for me is how to specify some rules and techniques and tools in order to try to use them in the future, now and in the future, because this technology, it is created now, but it will live with us at least for decades. The most important challenge for manager is how to it is, and it was in the past, it is now, and it will be in the future, is how to do more and better with the less resource and in shorter time. So we need always to respond to this profound and specific question. To do so, we need to use our intelligence and all our capacity. And let me remind you of the definition of the intelligence by Howard Gardner. It encompasses three main components. First of all is to resolve genuine problems or difficulties. Second component is to create an effective product or solution. The third one, which is the most important, is the potential of finding or creating problems. So in order to tackle this profound question, we need to combine all these three kinds of components of human intelligence. Now let us talk about leading change. Leading change, it was at several levels, and you could find a lot of information about that. But let me classify it in three components. One is about social level, and the best, as I know, is Ibn Khaldun, which talk about the evolution of societies and how to tackle this and how to manage this. The second one is on the organization level, and the best, as I know, is the work of John Kotler, with specified steps for that. The third one is at the personal level, which I would propose, or I would suggest, the hero journey proposed by Joseph Campbell. I combine these three domains in order to specify more comprehensive approach in order to tackle the change. As you know, in order to manage change, we need to have a systemic approach. So we need to approach the system, but it's not just the objective. The main objective is to find pain point in order to improve them, because the pain point are the potential of creating value. To be more specific, the kind of pain point is at the level organization change. Let's start with we could classify them as four categories. Activity that are structured but need a lot of time. We need to do them are structured. We know what we are doing, but it needs a lot of time. So the best way to use artificial intelligence is automation. Activity that are not structured, so we need to structure them. So we need to use more competency, maybe modeling, maybe best practice or benchmarking. Complicated act or complex activity that need to be modeled, or maybe we need at first to map them in order to or to compose them after that. And sometimes we are in face of, or we need to create activity from scratch. So we need problem solving, knowledge creation, maybe prototyping. During the spectrum of this activity, we could at very different level artificial intelligence and human intelligence. But in reality, we are in face of all this kind of activity are combined. So we need to use always artificial intelligence combined with human intelligence. Another aspect which is more important, let me remind you of one of my best learning stories. 2 decades ago, I was involved in looking how to use artificial intelligence in mining exploration. So I interviewed one of most experts that who was in at the origin of discovering a gold mine, and I asked him how you select this area. He responded to me that when I was in this area, I feel it was different from others. He did not respond to me, I know this area was different, but I feel this area was different. So that means there is a lot of things to make in order to make decision and to go further, which is go beyond knowledge and structuring and rationality. So we need, in order to make a good decision, we need to be more specific to human and more to use our emotion. So let us return back to the evolution of disruption technology. In order to tackle them at a continuous level, we need to make some principle that will help us during all the time, at least for the case. So we need to do a perfect blend of simplicity and complexity, and to transform one to other, and so on. We need to have the possibility to store and process information, and we need to build on loss load, of course, in order to manage evolution. And we need to repair, and if it is necessary, to reconstruct all these what we are doing. And of course, we need to balance stability and flexibility. Those principles, hopefully, that are the very known for the DIN double helix, which is a masterpiece of structure of the duality. It combines simplicity and complexity. Its structural duality consists of two complementary strands called around each other, and it has a function, the duality, which is the storage and generic information and replication and repair. And of course, the duality allows the balance of stability and flexibility. This DNA double helix has been the background for our living during our history. So we could learn a lot of things from nature. So we could use this model as a metaphor about combining artificial intelligence and the human intelligence. We could use human intelligence as a backbone which ensure directionality, prevents self-orientation, provides structural stability and directionality. And of course, we could use artificial intelligence as storing information, encoding it and processing it, and of course, minimizing error and so on. And after that, of course, we need to return back to human intelligence in order to ensure that the directionality and orientation is ensured. If we try to talk about this model and try to apply this to the change management, if the first step is recognition and assessment of change. So the challenge is clearly defined the driver for change and evaluate the organization's readiness in terms of skill, infrastructure, and capacity, and conduct a cultural readiness assessment to identify potential resistance or enabler. If we try to use artificial intelligence for all this challenge, we will be blocked. So we need to tackle this at first by human intelligence and to select what other driver, what other data to use as complementary training, provide a contextual recommendation, and so on. And after that, we could use what if scenario, because technology monitoring and customer analysis and performance analysis and so on. After that, we return back to human intelligence in order to interpret the results, communicating insights, not just results, but communicating insight, check and extract the construct hypothesis and contextual nuances. The second step is develop a proposal that creates a sense of urgency. Creating a sense of urgency often involves appealing to emotion, which I cannot fully comprehend in meaningful way. So we need to have to use HA as insight structuring what is the problem or opportunity, leveraging is historical and contextual data. After that, we could use artificial intelligence as tackling facts, trends, model, predictive analysis, and all models that you could use, benchmarking, assessing information, and so on. After that, human intelligence could be used to reformulate the problem or opportunity, create story to talk to hearts, and so on, in order to motivate people and stakeholders. One of the most important thing about dealing with change is to build a core team. A core team for change need members with high emotional intelligence, including empathy, resilience, and adaptability. I struggle to evolve such traits. So we need to use human intelligence in order to build this team, to select them, understand cultural and contextual information, and assess team chemistry. After that, we could use artificial intelligence or organizational network analysis, ensuring the diversity, including strengthening and of course tracking the evolution of the productivity of the team. After that, human intelligence could be used to evaluate emotional intelligence, empathy, resilience, and adaptability, and build trust and credibility for between the team. After that, the next step is to develop approach and strategy. Change strategy must align with organization's unique culture, value, and history, not just creating objective, quantitative objective. We need to align with organization's unique culture, value, and history, which are of complex and implicit and dynamic. So we need to start with human intelligence in order to incorporate emotional and human-centric factor, understand their cultural and value, and so on. After that, IA could be used as objective facts, benefit mapping, objective mapping, and dependency mapping, and so on. Human intelligence could be used up factor for collecting meaning, common beliefs, how people feel meaning on propose, and so on. Implement and empower broad-based action is important step, which create this challenge of empowering action which requires addressing the diverse motivation, fear, and aspiration of individuals. So we need at first we need to use human intelligence to navigate complex interpersonal dynamic, empower informal leaders, which is very important, and encourage creativity and innovation. Doing so, we could, after that, analyze workflow to identify and remove obstacles, automate routine tasks, supporting decision making with information, and provide the real-time support with artificial intelligence. Human intelligence is used after to understand and address individual motivation and build trust of the process and create or foster the sense of ownership. The next step is achieve the job by deconstructing ancient habit and implement risk response. The challenge is breaking entrenched behavior and mindset require understanding heroes historical and emotional and psychological factors. It is very difficult to tackle them without using some of human intelligence. So you need to recognize shifting cultural norms, identify emotional resistance, identify source of organization inertia, and so on. And after that, you could use any kind of data analysis, scenario, or predictive analytics, or training support, etc. After that, you could use overcoming organization inertia and personal risk response, managing behavioral risk using human intelligence. After that, the next step is to build on, gain and adapt to new reality. And the struggle is to interpret the news and how to gain impact morals, relationship, and decision making across driver team. Human intelligence could be used as understanding complex human context, recognizing shift in stakeholder priorities, and so on. After that, artificial intelligence could be used to analyze early wins and to automating new process and creating feedback loops for and managing the complexity of large scale initiative. After that, sustaining momentum through creativity, encouraging stakeholder engagement ownership could be used by human intelligence. And next step is to assist the renewal and to anchor the approach is to, in general, the challenge organizational culture is shaped by shared value, belief, and behavior, and evolve over time. IA cannot fully comprehend the influence of intangible element. So we need to use human intelligence in order to align change organizational identity, embed change into organizational culture, and address resistance to permanent change. Doing that, we could measure cultural alignment and reinforce behavior, support continuous learning and leadership, automate recognition, and so on. After that, you could sustain the leadership commitment, fostering emotional and behavioral commitment using human intelligence. This, we return back to the double helix and how we combine human intelligence and artificial intelligence, which is, I think, the most flexible and adaptable to complexity and simplicity. We could tackle both of them, and we could build the way and pave the way to evolution and tackle every challenge in the future and now. In conclusion, I remember you that the most important for the managers, it was and it is and it will be, is to respond to more and to do more and better with less resources and shorter in time. And the most specific question is how to respond to this question. Of course, technology could be used at any time, and we could change and using the tools to combine human intelligence, artificial intelligence. Of course, we need to respect these rules during all the time. As I said, it was all we will use all these technologies at least for the case. So we need to take into account some rules, and we could learn a lot of things from nature because it was the best as I learned to learn about. And thank you for your attention.